Hi, Profe Delgadillo again, wanting to share with you this activity to have a simulated conversation in your class. Now, simulated conversation and this specific type of activity is going to be an interpersonal text. And you can do it speaking. I guess eventually you can have something like this speaking format, but I like to do it in text format because it allows me to give feedback to my students. So this is an activity that although students will be doing something like this in AP, you can do it in any class at the end of any unit. It could be an assessment for a unit, it could be a formative or a summative. It's up to you. But this is the way that I do it, and this is how I can save you time grading and also creating assessments because this is an excellent way to do assessments and to see if all the concepts are fully integrated at the end of a specific unit of study. So the first page is actually just a blank page. And the reason why it's just a blank page, I like to create resources that are going to be recycled, that you can pretty much just change the content. And I just like to have the things ready so that I can change the content according to each unit. And this is what I have done. So in this specific page, you can do two things. Number one, you can bring an image of a scaffold. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, if you have something like a picture of scaffolds to help students have conversations, you can bring that image over here. So in this particular example, I'm going to bring an image, and I'm trying to copy this text before I bring this image. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this text, and I'm going to bring an image that I have somewhere in here. And I'm trying to look for a picture, a screenshot that I have from my friend Claudia Elliott's support structures. Okay, so here's a support structure. So I'm just gonna put it in here, and if you would like to get this specific one, it's for AP, but you can use it for anything really. I have linked it in the instructions of this resource. So you can get it. It's completely free. You can get it from my friend Claudia Elliott's link. Okay, so there it is. You can do that. Or if you're doing it at the end of a unit, you can absolutely have the students collectively brainstorm words that they would think they're going to use. If you tell them what the thing or the topic is of what the conversation is going to be about, they can maybe brainstorm at the beginning phrases and words, and it's probably even better to do it collectively. It means a lot more to the students when you can co-create something. Then secondly, you're going to type the prompt in here. The prompt is going to be up to you. You can get something from a book. You can get something that you create yourself, which I highly recommend. Things that we create are often more interesting for our students. And then you're going to encourage the students to pause and identify who they're talking to, what they're talking to them, and who are them. And I highly encourage you for them, you to give them like a role play type of scenario. So, for example, you are a student. Okay, they're gonna be a student in your downtown area, and you're helping a tourist in my downtown area. This would be very likely. Find a location, but the tourist doesn't speak English, or something like that. Okay, whatever target language you need to fill in the gap. So the student has to serve in some way, shape, or form. So you give them the prompt, and then they have to kind of reflect who they're talking to, why, and who are they. And the reason why we go through these steps is because these are tasks that you can conduct at lower levels that are going to help students who are going to make it all the way to AP classes. These are not just tasks for AP. Okay, the other thing I wanted to share with you is that you have a conversation. So you are going to create a conversation. You, the teacher, are going to create a conversation, and it's going to be 4 exchanges. So you're going to tell the students, okay, you're going to have the conversation over here, and then it could be something like, I am a new student and I would like to know what are the classes that I have and what is school like, or something. And then you can have in here, the student will respond what the classes are like, and then you can tell them specifically how you want them to respond. Tell them you have 5 classes and explain which ones. So you will type the instructions, the specific instructions for your students, how you want them to respond. Okay, so you're giving them an outline of how you want them to respond. And basically, you provide the four blue boxes. It's a conversation. Okay, so conversation starts here, the student responds, and you follow up, and then the student responds, and so on. But you will have provided the four blue boxes for your students prior to assigning it. And then what you can do that is really lovely about this is that you can copy those slides. You can copy, and then you can see the students working in there as well. And you can give feedback. How can you give feedback? Well, let's say that a student's working on a conversation. Just grab a sticky note, and then you can say, don't forget to use your upside down question mark. Okay, maybe they did not do it in the conversation, and that's something I want to say. Okay, so while everybody's working, always think about dropping the feedback so that you are doing this on the spot, and the student will self-correct right there and then. So the feedback becomes more powerful. It saves you time. And while the students are working, you can literally just check through the stack on the, like, if I had 20 students, and I will have 20 little pictures in here, and I can check through that and provide feedback while they are working. And if one student is done, then I can say, hey, I want you to visit 5 students and give them feedback. And that way they start giving feedback to each other. So this, again, is an idea. That's the idea. So let me recap really quickly. In here, you're going to put a picture of supporting structures to help your students be successful, or you want to brainstorm together those the vocabulary and those structures. In here, you're going to give them a prompt, a scenario, so that they can think about what role they have to play when they answer these questions. And then here, you're going to provide the 4 blue boxes. That's going to be you, the teacher, who's going to create a conversation. And in here, give them an outline of how you want them to respond. This is very similar to the AP exam task, and it helps a lot to help the students do this in level 1, level 2, level 3. We can tailor this activity for any level. And then again, the point here is to give feedback, immediate feedback, because immediate feedback is always better. I hope this helps you find this helpful, and let me know, as always, if you have any questions and if I can help you make this activity work for you, because it certainly works for me. And just like the other activities I've shared, I totally believe in them. And yes, let me know how I can help.